Hey guys, this is Sean, Lotus Luxury Pool and Spa. I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about pool service pricing. I had a guy ask me a question earlier today or yesterday, and it's actually a really good question because it's one of the ones that I had starting off early on. Thankfully, I had a really good mentor who was at a little bit higher price point than most other pool companies. He's a good businessman, so he knew his worth and knew what the pricing should be. Unfortunately, these days there's a lot of people that don't really know their worth, or they don't have any business acumen. Like myself, I didn't at the time, but come to find out after doing a lot of research, after I got started, I realized I'm at a higher price point than most people. My pricing now, starting off, I was at, for a small screened-in pool, I would do about $165, $175. Unscreened pools, maybe $10 more than that. Now I'm up to, if I go bid on a job, I start at $195 a pool. I've got some little spools. You in the pool industry, guys in the pool industry know what that is. Little pools, there's something almost like a spa. Built in-ground spa, basically. I start those off at $150, but I'm gonna raise those to $175 eventually. But anyway, I start off at $195 for a small or average size screened-in pool. If it's bigger than that, it may be more than that. If it's unscreened, it starts at $225, goes up to about $250. I've had some $400 accounts in the past. It was like a double, like 40,000 gallon giant pool on a horse farm. So it was basically like two pools. So I charged them double. But anyway, in this industry right now, it seems like the price points just vary so much. It's crazy. Anyway, I had a guy that in Tampa said he bought a route and all the pools were at $100 a piece, which that's pretty low. I don't know anybody that's that low. I do meet some guys out here still, some single pole guys that are at $150 maybe, $140, but they're struggling, you know? The prices of chemicals after COVID shot up dramatically, you know? I mean, they've come back down now a little bit, but I mean, we're out here in the sun, sweating our butts off, working hard. I mean, it needs to be worth your time, you know? You need to know your worth. I go out, I take care of pools. I'm there for a decent amount of time. I mean, I'm always checking the spa corners for any algae, you know, removing any scale if I can. You know, I vacuum every time I'm out, even if the pool's not dirty. I do all the standard things you're supposed to do. So I know my worth, is what I'm trying to say. I want to make sure they're getting their money's worth. And when I go to bid a job, I always test the chemicals in front of them. I test the phosphates. I test everything. I see if there's any phosphates in the pool. Test the stabilizer. I tell them what's low, what's wrong with the pool. Hell, sometimes I even help them resolve the issue, not knowing whether or not I'm going to get the job. But that in itself will get me the job. So, and sometimes I'm going out and fixing other people's mess ups, you know? They got some big pool company, has a lot of employees. It's real difficult to run a big pool company and have a lot of employees because employees just don't care like the pool, the owner. It's just never gonna happen. It's just a job for them. I tried that, I'll never do it again. I'm just gonna fly solo. For one thing, I don't like telling people what to do, being their boss, and you really do have to babysit them. It's unfortunate, but I get it. I used to be young, and I did the same thing, you know? It was just a job. I was just looking forward to the weekend, going out partying, doing my thing. I didn't think I was gonna be in a pool business my whole life, or whatever it was I was doing at the time. So, but anyway, I just wanted to do my first walk and talk. It's hot as balls out here, sorry. I'm in North Florida. South Florida is even worse, but I I thought I'd come out and do my first walk and talk, but it is brutally hot. But yeah, pricing, just know your worth. You know, do a good job, get out there and make it worth the customers, you know, what they're going to be paying for, because it's not that easy of a business. I mean, it's manual labor. So you got to know what you're doing, because you can mess people's pools up. You know, you got to consider yourself an expert. You're an expert in your field. Look at what electricians get paid. Look at what plumbers get paid. Look at, you know, no, because the people don't know how to do it. What gets me is a lot of people think they can do their pool, and they think it's so simple, and they go to do it, and they realize it's not as simple as they thought, and they end up messing something up. So I'm going to start doing more videos when I get kind of organized, start writing down some stuff, and be a little bit more organized with some bullet points and stuff like that. I'm just sort of rambling right now. But I think that in the area that I live in, the reason why the price point tends to be higher is because we've had so much new construction, which I know there's been new construction all over Florida, but new construction, first-time homeowners, they haven't had a pool guy ever before, so they didn't have a pool for 20 years where the price was just kind of low and the pool guy didn't raise his prices, which tends to happen. A lot of pool guys will have their prices set. They don't want to lose customers. They're kind of making a good living, so they just don't really raise them that much. But, you know, inflation's what? They say 3%, but definitely more than that. I mean, you need to raise your prices every couple of years. There's I use Skimmer app for my servicing, so you know it allows me to see where my route, what my customers are, do my routes, go in and do my chemistry and send them an email and all that stuff. It's great software, but they have a YouTube channel and they do webinars, and they have professionals on in the industry nationwide that tell how they run their business, show how to increase your prices, give all kinds of tips for the industry. So I recommend anyone that's looking for some more information, just go to YouTube, type in Skimmer app, something should pop up, you'll see their logo, and then subscribe to them and go check out their videos. And then there's one specifically on how to raise your prices. I go out, another thing, I go out when I talk to customers, I tell them straight off the bat, hey, I'm one of the most expensive pool companies in this area. I just say it flat out with confidence. And they say, I don't care, as long as you don't mess my pool up like the last guy did. But usually I'm getting referred to them by somebody. So, I mean, you just got to set yourself apart, build a good reputation. I always say, do what you say you're going to do, show up, answer the phone. These customers love communication. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I found out a long time ago, communication is the key. Relationships, any relationships, whether it be romantic, business, whatever. I used to be in the restaurant bar business for years, learned how to talk to people, and I'll be honest with them. You know, if I messed up the order, I'd say, hey, your food's taking a little bit longer because I rang in the wrong thing. Or, you know, I made the wrong drink, or whatever it was. They loved it. They don't want you passing the buck, trying to make excuses for somebody, for yourself, and pass it to somebody else. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just ranting and raving, but I wanted to, because I know there's a lot of pool guys out there that have the same problems. You know, they're at a low price point. They don't know what they need to do to raise it. They're afraid to lose the customers. But you just have to set yourself apart and make the customer know what you're worth. And then you can raise your prices in increments, you know. And I don't know, any questions, just let me know. I mean, I'm not the best in the industry. I'm not the world's expert on pools, but I like helping people out. You know, I like sending people leads. I like, you know, I think we should all be a team in this industry, but it seems like a lot of pool guys, you wave to them, they don't wave back. Like, they don't want to talk. It's like competition or something. Like, there's so much work out there that there's plenty to go around. We don't need to compete hardcore with each other. We can kind of unite and, you know, help each other out. That's the way I see it anyway. So, all right, that's all for now. Take care.